This is great if it happens, right? But we indeed see growth at 7.5. So you think this whole push of the central bank plus the consumption push that the government has given leads to that 7.5% growth? Or is there something else on the global side that needs to fall into place?
The world obviously is a messy place. I said that last year also, and I'll say it this year, and I'll keep saying this until it all falls apart.
Okay.
Because I don't know when it will, but it is heavily indebted. It is aging. And on top of it, we clearly have a crisis of confidence with respect to the medium of exchange or currency.
Yep.
So that is certainly brewing in the background. And this started with the reneging of contractual obligations that came out of the Ukraine-Russian war, and continues to be the case. And that's probably the reason why there is such a big bid on gold. You cannot actually just ignore that.
The one in 2022, right?
Yeah. So you cannot ignore the bid on gold, and it is clearly, I have a chart which I have been using for 25 years, which is Sensex in gold terms. It's gone like this.
Oh, yes.
Right? And you can buy, this is just about the least amount of ounces you get with the Sensex as you have in the last, say, 40 years, with the exception of the low in COVID, the low in 2008, the low in 2000. So those were all crisis moments. We have no crisis here. So we are kind of trading at crisis valuations, near about. In the equity markets, and it matters because somebody said, why would you measure this in gold terms? Well, it ought to be measured because gold is still the quintessential store of value. And therefore it is important to rebase all assets in gold terms. And very briefly, I'll say gold is not an asset. An asset, by definition, is something that yields an income. So equities, because it gives dividend; real estate, because it gives rent; fixed, bonds, because it gives you interest; a fixed deposit, because it gives you interest. Gold gives you nothing. It's a store of value. It can be a medium of exchange, but it's a very onerous medium of exchange. It's very hard to store and carry gold in your pocket and buy a cup of coffee with gold. And those things have not been done now for many centuries.
Yeah.
Right? It was at one point in time, gold was used as a medium of exchange. But today it is very hard. So, therefore, it's important to look at asset prices relative to gold or in gold terms, because gold is the quintessential store of value. It's no different from looking at the Sensex in dollar terms, because dollar is supposed to be a store of value, or INR terms, because INR is supposed to be a store of value. Well, it's not such a good store of value, but it is still a store of value. The INR that you're carrying in your pocket will have the same value tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
May not have the same values 1 year down from now, but it has the same value tomorrow morning. So there is some store of value. The stocks you hold in your portfolio may be down 20% in one day. So they don't have any store of value attached to it. So I think there is a lot of I would say difficulty in the global environment, which may feed into India's economy. India is not a small cap stock. It's a big country with it's a big player in the world with a growing trade with the world, and therefore will get affected by what happens in the world. For example, if the US goes into recession, we cannot come out unscathed. Our growth rate can't go to 7.5. There will be some impact, as it has happened in the past. The impact will be a lot less today than it has been in the past, but there will still be impact. So yeah, I cannot for sure say that the growth will be at a certain level, because I don't know how these global events pan out. I don't know how geopolitics pans out. But these seem to be less settled right now than we would have hoped for.